Today's tip is going to be how to use SQL Views with SmartList Builder. SmartList Builder is a separate add-on product that you would need to purchase through your GP partner. If you want more information about the product, you can visit E1 Solutions website. That's eonesolutions.com, and they have information on their product under Software and SmartList Builder. I really love using their product, so I'll probably do more tips. If you have questions on Builder, you can always contact me on my website, and then I can try to include your question in one of our future tips. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be loading a SQL view. I did another tip that talked about SQL views for SmartList Designer. There's a few extra steps to make these work with Builder, so I wanted to do this as a separate tip. I mentioned in that video and on this video, one of my favorite resources for SQL Views is Victoria Udin's website. So her website is here on the screen. It's just victoriaudin.com. And then you click on GP Reports, and we're going to pick a Payable SQL View. So under Payable SQL Views, you can see there's lots of different reports that are available. I'm going to pick one that I've loaded before because I want to show you what happens if you try to reload one that you've installed before. You pull up the window. Now this part is exactly the same whether you're using Builder or Designer. We just are going to the very bottom row. And then we're going to go ahead and do Control-C on the keyboard. We're going to open up SQL. Now I'm running SQL on my local computer, so it's all test data. And we're going to go in here and say New Query. And then we're just going to paste. Now, if I try to execute now, it won't work because I'm on the master or main database table. If I hit execute now, you're going to see an error. And that's why, because I don't have the right table or right database selected. Underneath here, we're going to pick our company databases. Now, I could load this for many companies. I only have one real database on my test company, so that's the one I'm going to load. And I'm going to hit execute. I'm going to get another error because I've already loaded this one before. So to load this one again, just for today's tip, we're just going to put something at the end. So we're just going to go at the end, and I'm going to say I'm training Dynamo. Now, if I already did that one, you'll get to see the error again, but we'll try to make it work. We're going to go to the bottom. And we want to make sure down here that we make it the same at the bottom and at the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to load it again, and we'll see if it works. Let's see. Now I already did that one before, so we're going to put a little 2 at the end. Okay, so now you can see if I have a view that I've not used before, a name I haven't used before, it will load very easily. But that is a protection, because if someone's already loaded the view, just use the one they already loaded, because unless it's completely different, in which case definitely make sure that the name is different. If you're trying to do one that is completely brand new, you'd want to make sure that the ID or the name is different than one that has already been loaded by someone else. We're going to go into GP. And we're going to take a look at a couple of things in security for this to work. The first thing we need to do is to make sure that the user who's going to create this can actually access that specific view. So the first thing we're going to do is just enable that view in SmartList Builder. So we're going to do that by clicking Microsoft Dynamics GP, Tools, SmartList Builder, and we're going to go down and say Security, and we're going to say SQL Table Security. And we're going to click on Views. And if I scroll down to the very bottom, we should see, here's this one that we just did. And you see there's the other one I did before, but I know I did it in all caps, so we're just going to go ahead and click OK. And I can turn both of those on. There's other ones that I've created, but we're going to click OK. Now it's going to be available in Builder, and it would be available for Builder for administrators or power users, but we want a regular user to be able to use this. So what we need to do is to check their user security. Now this is security for someone who has access to design new reports. This doesn't have to be the same as someone who is just viewing the reports. So first thing we're going to do, actually we'll kind of cover both. So we're going to pull up our test user. Mine is named after Batman and Robin's sidekick, so it's Robin's real name. And then what we're going to do is take a look at what companies they have access to and what roles they have. Now, right now they have AP Clerk, including SmartList Designer reports and SmartList Builder reports. That's viewing the reports. If we want them to be able to design reports, we may want to give them, we accidentally gave them an extra role. We'll take that away. We may want to give them a role that includes designing. And I like to keep those separate so that if that person changes jobs, we don't give them access to that forever. We're just going to come in here and we're just going to hit clear and we're going to create a new one. We're going to go SLB Designer. Now what I want to do is I want to give them access to create SmartList Builder reports. There could be some built-in, if you keep scrolling, there might be some built-in roles that have to do with SmartList Builder. You can kind of see in here. There we go. So this one is one that's built in when you create when you import or install SmartList Builder. Double check what it has to just see if you want to use that one. We'll go ahead and print this to see what this includes. So in here, there's really nothing in there, so we want to go ahead and create our own. And we'll take a look at the other one. Now they may have just created those as a holder for you to use, so we could adjust those and you can see if you want to be able to do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give this person this forms one. And I'm going to create my own just because I don't want to mess with one that they imported or they created, just in case they make a change later. So we're going to say SLB underscore create reports. And we're going to just put this under system and we'll say so now what we want to do is get to SmartList Builder, and then we want to get to SmartList Builder permissions, and then we want to go to SmartList Builder. Now in here, I'd recommend kind of reviewing these, and you can review these with your partner if you're not sure what they do, but one of the most important things you want to do is if they're going to be using ones with SQL views, make sure that this checkbox create SmartList Builder with SQL tables and view SmartList Build with SQL tables is turned on. Now you notice those are separate, so you could have a separate task that says SLB view reports and make sure that that includes that. Or what I would do is pull the task that's specific for each module, and then I would make sure that if I come into SmartList Builder, that I would make sure that they can view ones that include SQL tables. This person does not need the access to do anything else other than view. If I don't check that box, the smart lists that we're going to create in another tip wouldn't work for them. Okay, our next tip will be about using SmartList Builder and SQL Views, but this is it for now. For more information about any of the tips and tricks you've seen, or for questions about Microsoft Dynamics GP, visit my website, www.trainingdynamo.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Training Dynamo.